Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell based on the title of this video, it's another one of these kinds of videos. I was kind of hoping to get off of the whole, again, Undertale and or Deltarune train, but this legit just came to me, and because I didn't even have this originally in the Deltarune Theories video I made, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, then I think you guys will be interested in this one. After all, you did click on the video. Anyway, it just kind of came to me last night randomly enough, so this video is not scripted, not planned, kind of like most of my talking videos, but it did just kind of come to me last night, which is actually weird. It came to me in a dream. So, based on, what we know about Deltarune so far in terms of chapters 3 and 4, we know how the Dark Worlds work now, and we know about the Light World, and in chapter 4 we're able to make saves in the Light World. Now, those saves look pretty similar to the ones back in the Underground and Undertale, because it's the same, I think it's like a gold star or something, versus the gray-silver ones we see in the Dark Worlds. So what is up with that? Now, guys, I hate to say it, and you can boo me all later, but, I think Sans, Frisk, and maybe even Flowey a little bit are all key characters to the point of what the world of Undertale is. Now, I know that sounds crazy, it sounds insane actually, but hear me out, okay? So, a lot of you, recently, maybe some of you, maybe not a lot of you, some of you, might believe in the theory, which, again, isn't confirmed quite yet, but we're all really going on this theory right now, that Sans is actually originally from Deltarune, and not from the Undertale universe, and we're watching the events play, backwards, or in a backwards order, meaning, again, Deltarune came before Undertale in terms of his story. Him and Papyrus, maybe, but we're not sure just yet, but that seems to be where we're all going, or what we're all thinking. Now, if this is the case, then he might actually be a huge factor to what the Underground is in Undertale. Now, I know, that sounds crazy, but I'll explain it to you like this. There are a couple things in Undertale we know about him. We know that he uses the same doors that we use in the Dark World in Deltarune, because it has the same glow underneath his bedroom door. And we know that Sans has the machine in the back of their house. Now, of course, a lot of us have speculated that machine is what Sans used to, maybe, again, rescue himself and Papyrus from whatever events are going to happen in Deltarune. Now, we don't know, again, what the end of the prophecy foretells, but based on that machine, we can maybe guess that no matter what ending we end up getting, it might not be a happy one. Now, it might not be a bad one either, depending. But it seems like they escaped the roaring, is what happened. They weren't there when, all those dark fountains were opened and the Light World and the Dark World were both, turned into one. Now, what I think, and I know, guys, this is going to sound crazy, but what I think the Underground is the perfect mix between the dark and the light world. It is the perfect balance of both dark and light. Now, I know what you're thinking. Your brain is being blown right now, but hear me out. As we know in Undertale, the save points are the same as the light world. However, based on the fact that Sans has all this, weird dark worldy, powers, or not powers, but, stuff that he's able to do, which are only related to Dark Worlds, I believe that somehow the Underground is the perfect mix between light and dark, making it both a light and a dark world. Now, I know, that sounds crazy. Another thing I wanted to point out, too, was that Sans in that machine, I can maybe only assume that Sans is in the Dark World is because, he dies when he bleeds when he dies in genocide. God, that was backwards. Anyway, do we know another monster who ends up bleeding? Oh yeah, that's right, Susie. And Susie is from the world of Deltarune. Now, of course, it's hard to tell or even know if all monsters in Deltarune bleed, but we also know that not all of them use magic anyway. And when do we see magic in Deltarune? We only see magic when we're in a dark world. And you know what the Underground is full of? Magic! Magic and monsters! You see where I'm going with this? I think it's a mix of both a dark and a light world, based on the fact that the saves are the same as the light world, but the aspects of the Underground have dark world aspects. I know, it's crazy, but it's true. I think it might be the perfect balance between a light and a dark world. So yeah, I know, I didn't really want to bring Susie into it, but the fact that she bled does honestly mean something. And again, because Frisk is so similar to Chris in a way in terms of us, the player, and that determination, I also wonder if maybe Sans got a glimpse of us at some point. Maybe that's going to happen in the future of Deltarune, so that's why he has some sort of awareness of the player and what we are and what we are doing, and that's why he believes in the whole time travel stuff and then, you know, messes around with us, but also being a little more genuine that he probably is or was in Deltarune. It's weird to use past and present tense for, you know, Sans, because, like, we're watching the events play backwards, so I can use past tense, but I should probably really be using present tense, because Deltarune isn't a finished game, and, you know, Toby has not confirmed nor denied anything. And again, I want to make that point clear. Toby has not confirmed nor denied anything. So, again, this is really just a huge theory I came up with. But I'm like, because I kind of thought about it. I'm like, how come the Underground has the same save points as the Light World? But how come Sans is a character that seems to be from the Dark World? Or, not from the Dark World, but seems to be, having these, like, Dark World kind of, like, connections. And the reason is I think he was a part of a Dark World at one point. Or he's going to be in the future. I don't know, maybe either in Chapter 5 or 6. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, him and Toriel's whole dancing, you know, little scene at the end of Chapter 4, which is horribly placed, by the way, but I think that was intentional, did kind of, you know, cause a stir in the fandom, and I think that's maybe the reason why, too, when Gearson talks about the next Dark World and what it might be, a jealous king and then flowers, I think that jealousy needs to stem from somewhere, and unfortunately, it's going to stem from the fact that Toriel may or may not be interested in Sans. We don't know. It's also kind of ironic they seem to, you know, form a friendship or something in Undertale anyway. You take that what you will. I mean, that also might be why, again, Sans is so hard set on keeping his promise to Toriel, is because he wasn't paying attention to, you know, Frisk or I guess really it's Chris in Deltarune. He wasn't paying attention to Chris and what they were doing with us, the player inside. So now Sans is more focused and paying way closer attention to us in Undertale because he doesn't want to make the same mistake twice. He doesn't want the world to be, you know, shrouded in darkness yet again. And I say again, and that's also why in the Pacifist Route he says even in Genocide, he gave up trying to go back to them. And I think that's a really important line too, because them isn't anyone really specific, but if we're going with the whole Sans is from Deltarune theory, he's talking about the world of Deltarune and all the people he had gotten to know there. So yeah, that's a very freaky thing to think about, but yeah, that's kind of it really for the theory. I think the Underground is just a perfect mix of light world and dark world aspects, and when the monsters get to the surface at the end of the Pacifist, I'm not really sure if that's just a pure light world or not, but I think a true dark world doesn't exist in Undertale, because the true dark world in Undertale was really the Underground, and that's a mix of both light and dark. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the theory. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was quick, and I know I maybe have rambled just a little bit, but as I said, Sans actually was a huge important part to this theory in terms of his character, in terms of what we know about him from Undertale, versus the facts of what we know about Deltarune now and Deltarune's logic. I think Toby's doing a really good job. He's connecting this stuff together very subtly. I think by the end of all 7 chapters, even if we still don't have all the facts, all the information, Toby Fox is going to make it, so we have just enough to put all the pieces together, if we're able to, that is. Or to make it so we can interpret it however we want. And yeah, that's just about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know I haven't posted in quite a while, but I'm going to see if I can get 1 or 2 more videos out before I am on hiatus for a while. And keep an eye out on AO3, the fanfiction website, because I do post some fics and stuff there as well. I will not be linking my username again in the description, but it is Melodic Melodies. Again, that's Melodic Melodies. And yeah, come check out the Kingdom Tales stuff I'm working on, and come check out the other 2 side projects I have too, Her Long Lost Smile and Undernatural, which my family has recently been starting to watch Supernatural, so there's a reason I decided to make that one. And with all that said, I hope you enjoyed, and you have a great day wherever you at, or night, whatever time it is for you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you actually enjoyed some of this stuff. And yeah, I have a couple more videos left for you, so stay tuned.